Get ready to introduce. You know, her name sounds famous.
Yes.
All right?
Yeah.
Miss Erickson! Come on down, baby.
Hello. Hello, everybody. How are you? Yes. Hello. I'm from Minnesota. Thank you for holding your applause. I really appreciate that. Can I try it again? I am from Minnesota. Thank you. Yes. Thank you very much for applauding on that. Oh, sure. Here's the thing. I love telling people that because they'll say things like, "Oh my God, how it's so cold there. How did you survive?" And I just want to say, "Oh, I didn't. No, I died." How do you think I survived? I wore snow pants at recess. It's not complicated. It's fine. Like when you're cold, you just put on clothing. Sort of like when you're hot and you wear less clothing. Actually, growing up in Minnesota is not that much different than growing up in some place like Miami. Different trees, more clothes. It's very simple. Just in case you needed to know that. So I called my mom last week. On purpose, I did it. And I was just having one of those days. I was like, "Oh my God, Mom, I'm so tired. I'm broke. I can't take New York City today." And she said, "Well, then why don't you just move home? We could sit on the couch until noon and drink coffee, and then we'll switch to wine." And I was like, "Mother, I have an apartment. I have a husband. I have a job." But that's a compelling argument. She's been trying to get me to move home for like 10 years. She should have led with that. If she would have started the coffee and wine campaign when I was 18, I never would have left. I would have been in rehab like 3 or 4 times, but I would have been under her roof. Instead of doing stand-up comedy in New York City, dressed like Sporty Spice. Thank you very much. I don't know. I am married. I got someone to marry me 2 times. I got someone to marry me, 2 different people to marry me, and 1 person to divorce me. Is that the most adult thing you've ever heard? Right? I know. I'm really excited about it. It's every girl's dream. It is my second marriage, that's true. And statistically speaking, your second marriage is more likely to fail than your first marriage. I don't think this for me. I think it's going to be my 3rd or 4th marriage that really takes. Alright, so do you guys want to hear about crying or sex? I did that joke last night and they were like, "How do you cry during sex?" And I was like, "Well, it's pretty simple. It's just like, that does feel pretty good." No, keep going. But I'm going to tell you, I do cry during sex. I don't cry during sex. I'm Sporty Spice. Shut the fuck up. No. But I will say that my husband and I are excellent at intercourse. He's in the corner, you guys. There is something that I just, no matter how adventurous we are, there's one thing I can't get on board with it. I can't get on board with it, and I'm going to try to be as politically correct about this as I can. Licking people's buttholes. Have you heard of this? You do this, don't you, Chris? Come on, buddy. I can't get on board with this, and everyone's always like, "But why? It's the best." And I'm like, "Are you sure?" Because I think that we have very different definitions of what we think is the best. Like, I think Frosted Flakes are the best. That's true. Like, the only way I can think of licking someone's butthole is like, it's kind of like, right? It's kind of like taking out your garbage, right? And you throw the garbage out of the bag, and then you lick the bag. okay, so I'm gonna go get some Lysol. We'll spray the bag. Yeah, but like if you have alcohol, it helps. Great. I'm gonna pick up a 6-pack of Miller High Life, some Lysol, and we'll see how that goes. Because the thing is like, okay, if I'm gonna get within 1 inch of someone's butthole with my face and my tongue, that butthole had better turn into some sort of clown sleeve through which I can pull out some flowers, maybe a fluffy bunny. If there's not a dove coming out of it, fingers only, friends. I'm gonna miss summer, you guys, right? Yes! No! Get off the stage. I draw the line at weather. Okay, what? I like barbecues, right? Give it up for barbecues. Or don't, you barbecue hating crowd. But I realize this summer, barbecues are actually just parties to which people bring their children, right? When you're an adult person, they bring their kids because they like to watch their kids play. Oh my God, they're becoming friends. They're gonna marry each other. Have you guys ever seen kids play? Anyone? It's kind of like hanging out with a bunch of your drunk friends, but you're not as drunk as they are. Right? Kids are just a bunch of drunk idiots. They just run around and they like scream at each other and laugh, and then one of them falls down and starts to cry. And then they throw up and pass out. I feel like the only difference though is that like, I don't know, when one of your drunk friends runs into a door frame, you're not like, oh, she's just learning about spatial awareness. She's just figuring it out. And when one of the kids passes out, we don't take a Sharpie and draw a dick on its forehead. If they have shoes on. I mean, I would draw a dick on my kid's forehead, but I think that's just good parenting. I do. Don't fall asleep in public, motherfucker. Stay away. We want to talk to you. We don't want to talk to them. Kids are dumb. You guys, I also want to tell you, I've been watching a lot of, the Weather Channel lately. I actually always watched a lot of the Weather Channel. Do you guys watch the Weather Channel? Yeah. Absolutely not. There's an app for that. Missing. I do. I love it. I do love the Weather Channel. And I have to warn you guys, I have to say, climate change, right? Global warming, terrible for the environment. Excellent television. I'm loving it. Have you guys seen the hurricane coverage? Oh my God, it's so exciting. The flood numbers, the death tolls are just like, it's great. It's kind of like, reading the thermometer, like, more like reading 50 Shades of Grey. It's heating up. You guys, that's a terrible pun. Shut up. Shut up. It's kind of like watching The Day After Tomorrow. Have you guys seen that movie? Yes? If you haven't seen that movie, just give it 4 years. You'll be living it. Thank you guys so much, ladies.
Fantastic, come on, give it for Amy.